I'm just recording. Okay. Hey everyone. So today we're going to be working on a back kick. Before we begin, I just want to explain that I'm not the leading authority on back kicks or any other kicks. I think I've said this pretty much in every video I've made. This is just to help you guys. If it helps, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, just, I don't know, leave a comment about what you think I could do to make it better. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some back kicks. Yeah. Before we begin back kick, let's just talk about what the kick is for. Back kick is generally meant for as a counter kick, a counter to a roundhouse. So when somebody coming in with a roundhouse, let's say they're right-legged, then you do a back kick and catch them right after coming in with a roundhouse. You get hit here, or if they're left-legged, they come in around this way, you do a back kick this way. Probably the best back kick, but yeah. So it's a counter kick. Generally, you don't want to attack with a back kick because it leaves you wide open in case you miss, like if they make you miss and they counter. I've had to learn this the hard way because actually, I learned this the hard way that you don't want to attack with a back kick because nothing good ever comes out of it. It seems like it's okay to set up like if you're chasing somebody, like maybe you're at the roundhouse and boom, all the way back. That's another thing, but I would not suggest attacking with a back kick. Unless you're just like this lightning, just fast guy. So yeah, all right. So now that we talked about what a back kick is, the counter kick, we're going to get to how to do the back kick. So we have a guard extend, and I'm going to be doing my right leg just because most people are right-legged. And with a back kick, if you have a good enough back kick, it doesn't matter really. I personally think that it's like if they can do right leg roundhouse, left leg, whatever they want. If you got a good enough back kick, it does not really matter which leg you just hit them. It does not, if you get up in chest guard, you score. If you don't, it still hurts a lot, which is not the point of sparring, but yeah, still. Just saying that, I'm just going to show you my right leg is for our next one. Okay, so we have a guard extend, right? And some people have a tendency of doing guard extends really up high. I like mine low because from a low position where my hip is low, my center of gravity is lower, I'm faster from here. I can also pop up if I need to. So for my guard extend, I'm going to be here. First thing that happens, I'm going to turn and look at the target. Now I just want my back to be facing the target. I don't want to turn like so much so that I'm looking here because what happens when you do too much turn is if you notice my foot, the perfect back kick, you want your foot to be down a little bit, say. I do not have a perfect back kick. During sparring, things happen really quick. You don't have time to be pretty. So, my back kick come out like this, sometimes at a 45-degree angle. But what you don't want to do is go past this point. You don't even want to get to this point because this is not a back kick. This is like a spinning side kick. And I don't know, never heard of such a thing. And I wouldn't think it's too good for your body either. So don't do this. If you can do a side kick, just do a side kick, from chamber. So this is what happens. Watch my body, as my body rotates, so does my foot. See? So if you go past this, let's say this is 180 degrees away from my target, and this is 90 degrees. As soon as I pass this 90 degrees, my foot becomes like a pushing. This is not good. This is not good at all for our knees. Okay, so we don't want to rotate too much. It's not a back kick. I kind of heard this showing up slow motion. Okay, so just want to be here. Alright? From here, it's just like if you've seen the spinning hook kick tutorial, which I'm going to remake because I didn't like it too much. Then I talked about that tightening right here in your oblique. Feel that tightening. Boom, right here. Alright? When you feel that, it's like, just like in spinning hook kick again. We have that slingshot effect where you pull back and then everything, boom, fires, right? Same idea. Everything tightens and then your leg comes straight back. Now, it's very important. There's two ways to do back kicks. There's a way a dog would do it, how a dog picks his leg up, which you guys can really, I'm not going to explain to you why a dog lifts leg like this. You can probably use your imagination on that. And how a horse would kick, which is straight up and back, right? Obviously, a horse is going to be stronger than a dog. We're talking like a big stallion versus like a Chihuahua or something. Regardless of how big the dog. A horse is going to be stronger. It's going to have stronger legs. So you want to kick like a horse. Also, technique. All right. Another reason, one important reason, not just the power of if you kick, bringing your leg up like a dog. Sometimes bad things happen where your leg will wrap around, okay? And it just doesn't work because your full wrap around the opponent's body. Also, because you're bringing it this way, your momentum will carry you through this way, completely missing the target. You don't want that to happen either. So go from here, turn, tighten that. You feel it tightening. Leg comes up, your butt's pointing at the target, and you keep straight back. And another very important thing is that as you kick, you want your body, it's like a teeter-totter. As your foot extends back, I'm going to kind of like bow, alright? Looking over my shoulder this barely. So, I mean, that wasn't a perfect back, but, from my heel to my toes, almost going to have a straight line. Alright? When you have that, like, straight line, your energy is going to transfer through much better than if your back is like this. Like this, you see how this, not a straight line, my weight's going to transfer very funny out through my foot, alright? When it's straight, much more easier to transfer that force into your opponent. Also makes it more powerful. Make sure your head's the first thing that turns, yeah? You don't want to kick like this. You're not looking at where you're kicking. First thing, boom! Body head turning. Now obviously, when you get better at this, you're going to put this together. You know, it's going to be one motion. And I missed that. It's terrible. And I'm sure to do that. Sorry. But that's what happens when you look at yourself in the mirror as you're kicking. So this, for now, you can do it from one. But then as you get more comfortable, of course, you can go one more. You know, it's just a matter of comfort. And a very important thing is during sparring, you know, when you use it, a lot of people don't like doing back kick because you're turning your back to your opponent. And that's scary. I know this because I used to dislike back kick with like a fiery passion because it was scary to turn my back to somebody. But you just have to you just gotta do it. It's weird, like you're in there and during practice, somebody coming, just do it, you know? Just try it. The worst thing that can happen is they maybe like will jam you up or something, and then you'll get like bumped in the butt or something, and you'll stumble, you'll laugh, high fives, everybody's happy. So just try it, because after you do it like one time, where your technique is really good, like once you do practice and then you do it in sparring class maybe, one time it takes to do a technique right and it needs to land perfect flush, and it's like your fears will dissolve after that. I promise you, okay? So just do it. That's the best way to just get a good back kick. Yeah. So one good way to get the technique down for back kick is like if you have a wall. I have walls. Really good drill. You just sit on the wall like that. You stand toward the wall, and since I got my back here, I'm going to do it to the back instead. Okay. So pretend this is my wall. I'm just going to stand in front of the wall about. It doesn't really matter how far, like about a foot or two. Put your hand on the wall, or bang. And all you're going to do is you're just going to pick your leg up, look over your shoulder, and you're going to kick straight back. As you do, your body should go down. This same thing. Alright, this is teaching you just what your body does as you kick, after you turn already. I mean, you still got to turn. You can't back kick like this, or you kick nothing. So, you know, this is teaching you from this position what to do. Just here. Leg will come up, you're looking over your shoulder, as you kick, your body goes down. Alright, try to make that straight line. You do this like every night, maybe before you go to bed, 50 times. If you want to do left leg one, two, you do it left leg also. And then you get a good night rest. That's a very important thing, is whenever you're learning a new technique, that it's very, very, very important that you get a good night's rest. Because when you're sleeping, I don't know the perfect science behind it, but from what I've read in articles and stuff, and I do my little research here and there, my translation of it is there's a certain time when you're sleeping is a type of sleep where it's like when you're in a really deep sleep, every night if you get a good rest, it's your mind, your brain goes through all the problems you've had in the day, like all the things that you're trying to figure out, and it just replays those actions over and over and over, and sooner or later, it will come up with a solution. So even if you don't consciously know it, subconsciously you might have figured it out during your sleep. So it's very important that you do get a good night's rest when learning new techniques to get them quicker. Like, it's makes life much easier. So just get a good night rest, and yeah. So yeah, there's that. So your guardian stand, and then they come. You want to like imagine this is not a bag. Okay, that's very important thing. Try to imagine this as somebody like in front of you in a guardian stand, and then just you don't have to even look. You close your eyes if you want, and just visualize that they're kicking. Right when you see them twitch, even, okay? Not after you're kicking. Right when they twitch. Right when they twitch, you're going to just fight! This is good to visualize because it's good for you. Also, another great thing is if you have a partner and you have one of this one thing. You have one of these things, like a shield, yeah? And just have them like holding the shield and just come forward like this. This is representing a kick, yeah? So then when they're coming in with the shield, and they put that shield out, you want to try to catch them before their foot, like if I was holding the shield and I was coming forward, I would try to catch the person before their foot would be planted. Because if their foot's planted already, that means the roundhouse got you, right? You don't want that. You want to be faster than a roundhouse, because obviously everyone uses a roundhouse, and a roundhouse is not a slow kick. So you want your back kick to be very fast. It's a good way to get a timing them, yeah. So this, they come in and you just catch them back. I want to use jump back kick because I like that one a little more than the back kick, but I don't know how long this thing's gone for. So we're just gonna work on jump back kick another time. Yeah. So that was back kick. If you have any questions or comments, just put them down there, wherever that comment area is. And I appreciate everybody that watches this and all the feedback that you guys have given me. Thank you. All right. So that was that. Yeah.